Women have always been a part of many fantasies. When we think of women, we think of beauty, grace, love, and whatnot. While some women rise above all those tags, women these days are breaking these stereotypes and coming up as well-accomplished individuals. Some women made that statement bolder than others did. From overcoming physical challenges to social ones, here are the top unbelievable women in the world. Tiffany always had the passion to be a professional dancer, without considering one crucial fact. She was born with Charcot-Levin syndrome. It's a rare bone disorder that causes a curved spine and a very short neck and torso. Unlike many others, Tiffany didn't get any different treatment as a kid. Everything started to go downhill as she entered her preteen years. The first person who made her feel different in a not-so-positive way was her dance instructor. Despite her mother's endless efforts to include her in school dance activities, the school leaders went against it. Finally, she got the opportunity to dance as a part of a dance group when she got approached by the Heidi Latsky dance group. With the group, Tiffany is now a regular dancer that performs in at least 2 shows a day during spring, and the world is glad that she does. Natalia Kuznetsova is another unbelievable woman with the most unusual body you'll ever see. She has muscles that will give The Rock a run for his bucks. Natalia holds several world titles in arm lifting, bench press, and deadlift, including European bench press and deadlift titles. All this muscle mass and success didn't come to her in one day. Natalia was powerlifting at the age of 14, and she hasn't stopped since. She is very open about what she does to achieve her incredible body, and that means being upfront about taking anabolic steroids and estrogen blockers. You may think all this made her less attractive as a woman, but her husband, bodybuilder Vladislav Kuznetsova, certainly doesn't think so. Natalia has bagged several championships such as the Baikal Grand Prix Bodybuilding Championship, World Championship, and record in the bench press, NAP Championship of the Cup Eastern Europe, and the world record in the deadlift. If this isn't a success, I don't know what is. Much like Natalia, Duangia Samaksamam has also unusually bigger arms compared to most women, but for a very different reason. In fact, this woman from Surin, Thailand, is the world's biggest hands and weight around 1.5 stone each. This condition was caused by an extremely rare and painful disease that makes the body store a huge amount of fat around her arms, leaving them permanently swollen. For this 50-year-old woman, even the simplest tasks are highly challenging, such as washing and combing her hair. What challenged her the most, though, is going out and mingling with people. She was ashamed of the way she looked, and so she never went to school. But by the time Duangie was 20, she had to go out to find a job to support her elderly parents. Now she runs a grocery and goes at life at full speed. When we think about models, we think of gorgeous women with luscious hair and pearly white smiles. Melanie Gaydos paints a completely different picture of what a model should look like. Born with ectodermal dysplasia, a rare disease that causes a very noticeable lack of hair and teeth, she also has a curvature of the nose bridge and eyebrows that are strongly projected forward. When Melanie was born, her mother believed the girl had a very lonely life ahead of her. She couldn't be more wrong. Melanie is now the most sought-after non-standard model in the world. She did not let her out-of-the-ordinary appearance come in the way of her dreams. She is now one of the most recognizable faces in the fashion industry, and the ultimate proof that if you've got the personality and the fashion sense, you can be a model no matter how you look. If Amazon Ashley had a Tinder account, it would have been the one that makes everyone halt in their left swiping streak. Ashley Adair is a professional dancer from the United States with a height of 6 feet 7 inches. Yes, you heard that right. She is one of the tallest women in the world. She started her dance career as a burlesque performer under Breacher's Madhouse. When they moved to LA due to creator Jeff Breacher's health issues, a whole world of opportunities opened for Ashley. She went on the Miley Cyrus tour in 2014 as a dancer and outshined every dancer on the stage. She has danced for many celebrities since, and her current net worth is almost $5 million, with a monthly income ranging from $10,000 to $500,000. If you meet Lyudmila Tichnikova on the streets, you might notice something unusual right away. We're talking about her unusually long neck. Lyudmila's parents noticed something was unusual about her appearance at the age of 10. She was growing way faster than the other kids her age, especially around her neck region. But what was truly alarming was her 30 degrees curved spine that affected the connective tissue. Lyudmila has had corrective surgery and extensive rehabilitation to straighten her spine, and now she lives like any other ordinary woman. Well, almost like any ordinary woman. Her pictures are circulating on the internet like crazy, especially in Japan, and people are impressed by her unconventional beauty. If you ask me, that isn't half bad considering how the internet treats people that are different than most. Dogs are man's best friend until they get into a not-so-friendly mood. Ask Gabrielle Myers and she'll tell you all about it. One fine day, the gorgeous lady was stroking her Staffordshire Terrier cross when it suddenly decided it didn't want to be stroked and leapt at her, clamping its jaw from her forehead to her chin. It's no surprise that Myers suffered from serious injuries, including her nose falling off of her face entirely. After years of many surgeries and struggle with mental health, she is back with more confidence than ever. Myers even kept the dog and adopted 2 other huge dogs, Husky Cross Bruno and German Shepherd Anubis. I guess sometimes the love for your pet is just greater than any pain they put you through, much like children. Samantha Ramsdell is a woman with style, a sense of humor, and a surprisingly large mouth. This interesting woman from Connecticut has the world's largest mouth that stretches up to 6.52 centimeters. For visual, it's large enough to put a whole apple into your mouth at once, or imagine her biting through 4 single-stack cheeseburgers. If you have a mouth that large, who needs a knife? Samantha had the TikTok by storm the first time she posted about her incredibly large mouth. She got that idea when she was struggling to come up with ideas for her TikTok account. Now she holds the Guinness World Records for the largest mouth. This again goes to show that sometimes the struggle is what it takes for us to realize that we're gifted with, no matter how odd. Aging is not the favorite of anyone. Well, you're in luck because we found a woman who may have discovered the secret to looking young forever. We're talking about Lure Sue and her family. Lure is still alluring at the age of 41. She looks so young, anyone will mistake her for a 20-year-old. She isn't the only one who looks incredibly young in her family. Her sisters, Sharon, 36, and Fei, 40, can also easily pass for a woman half their age. The most unbelievable woman in the Sue family is, however, Lure's 61-year-old mother, who is a retired dancer and looks more like her sister than mother. When asked by Taiwan's Friday magazine about the secret behind their everlasting youth, the women simply said it's all thanks to staying hydrated and eating lots of veggies. If this doesn't convince you to gulp down a liter of water and start eating vegetables for every meal, nothing will. Do you believe it's all the women do to stay youthful, or is there something else they aren't sharing? Let us know in the comments below. If you have all your arms and legs on you and working perfectly, you can't even understand what struggle Catherine Moura has to go through to do the simplest tasks of life. This unbelievable woman was born without both her arms, but you won't believe the enthusiasm she has towards life. Her condition may be caused by a congenital disease, but nobody can pinpoint what exactly made her lose her hands even before being born. The lack of hands couldn't bring Catherine down from her dreams, though. She got her degree in public security, and she's studying the 7th period of law. She also works as a judicial technician at the Annapolis Forum. Catherine can perform all of her everyday tasks perfectly, from applying makeup to taking care of the household. She has built quite an internet persona and has more than 569,000 followers on her Instagram. Now meet Bella Robert, another amazing woman with willpower that you won't believe actually exists. She has lymphedema that made both of her legs become abnormally chubby compared to the rest of her body. But when it comes to living life to the fullest, Bella ran at it with full speed. She is an Explorer Scout, and she is studying triple media BTEC with the hopes of becoming a film director one day. Her siblings used to accompany her everywhere in case she needed help, but after she joined the Scouts, she got inspired to be self-sufficient. Bella has such a bubbly personality, it's almost contagious, and she has the best of all the cheerleaders a person can have, her mother. Looking at Kawana through the screen might seem like looking at an animated cartoon. She is one of the most unusual women with the rarest disease in the world. She has Barbie syndrome, and she's the first person to be diagnosed with this condition in her country, Brazil. Doctors were astonished when she was born without eyelids and has difficulty seeing in bright lights. Kawana had to undergo more than 20 surgeries and a gingivectomy on her mouth because of her gums constantly growing. Doctors had to remove her gum tissue to make space for her teeth to grow. She had to face a lot of bullying growing up because of her unusual appearance. People even washed their hands after touching her. Kawana, however, couldn't be less bothered about what people think of her. She is following her passion to be a dancer, and she has more than 126,000 followers on her TikTok account. If you want to see this amazing woman dance, you can follow her on TikTok. And if you want to see some more interesting videos like this one, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe buttons. If you thought your weird classmate's nails were too long, wait till you see the claws of Elena Shilenkova. Elena has the longest nails in Russia, measuring 12 centimeters. She has been growing her nails for 6 years, but with long nails comes a long list of steps to maintain them. For Elena, the nail routine is cleaning them with a mild liquid soap for a daily gentle clean, and cleaning them with tooth powder for a more thorough cleaning once a month when soaking them in chlorhexidine for completely disinfecting them. The interesting fact is she keeps her very long nails bare for the majority of the time, and even if she does use color on them, it's always children's nail polish because those tend to have a gentler formula and can be peeled off instead of having to use nail polish removers. Having nails this long doesn't make daily life easy either. She had to learn how to safely move her fingers around certain things without cupping or breaking her nails. But one day she finally got tired of all this work to maintain her claw and cut them off in 2020. What's even more interesting and kind of alarming is that her fans bought those nails for $5,000 to $7,000 each. I don't know about you, but for me, it feels super weird that someone would buy someone else's nails. Do you think it's normal? Share your views with us in the comments below. Table tennis is a game that's all about the flexibility and agility of the wrists. What happens if someone doesn't have a wrist plays the game? To find the answer, we have to look at Natalia Dorota-Partyka from Poland. The table tennis player was born without a right hand and forearm. She started playing table tennis when she was only 7 years old. To say that she's playing well would be an understatement. She has won more medals than the coins in your purse. Partyka won her first international medal in 1999 at the Disabled World Championships. Then she won a gold medal in the singles event and silver in the team event at the Athens Paralympics, and 2 gold medals at the International Table Tennis Federation's European Championships for cadets in 2004. 2 years later, Partyka won 3 gold medals at the European Paralympic Championships, 1 gold and 2 silvers at the International Paralympic Committee's Table Tennis World Championships for disabled, and a silver in the team event at the European Junior Championships. So, in a nutshell, she is one hell of a table tennis player, and there's no stopping her. Lymphedema is a physical condition that makes the fluid build up in the soft tissues of the body, giving the sufferer a chubby look. It's getting more and more common these days, and one such lymphedema sufferer is Kara Cruz. After being bullied for years for her body, she decided to embrace herself just as she is. It all started when her boyfriend dared her to start an Instagram account. To her surprise, she started to get followers as soon as she posted pictures flaunting her curvaceous body. She has to wear compression stockings and socks to help push the fluid back up her legs every day, but she doesn't mind. She is now a body-positive activist and has well over 25,000 followers on Instagram. She also does regular meetups with a local body-positive group called Yin's Bopo, through which she hopes to inspire many more people to love themselves and their bodies just as they are. Speaking of inspiration, meet Denavia Walker from Florida. She was born with bilateral amelia, a birth defect that causes the baby to be born with 1 or more missing limbs. For Denavia, it's 2. Both her arms are entirely missing. When her mother, Tisa Jones, was pregnant with her, the doctors decided not to inform her about her unborn child's missing arms. Having no arms wasn't a big of a problem for Walker, though. She embraced her condition and has learned to work her way around it by using her legs to do the same things she would have used her hands for, such as writing. She is now focused on graduating high school and is an accomplished junior reserve officer cadet. It's a federal program sponsored by the United States Armed Forces. Walker is also hoping to get her driving license soon. That's what we call willpower and courage. Nilanshi Patel is just like any other teenager living in Gujarat, India, except for one tiny detail. She held the world record for the longest hair on a teenager since 2018. Her hair measured 200 centimeters in July 2020. Nilanshi has been growing her locks since she was 6 after she had a bad experience at a salon. She is finally over her fear and has decided to cut her very long hair off. Regarding what she will do with her hair once it's cut off, Nilanshi has 3 options. She could donate it to charity for cancer patients, auction it off, or donate it to a museum for display. Her mother, Kaminaben, chose the latter for her daughter's locks and decided to donate her own hair to cancer patients instead. She hopes Nilanshi's hair will help to inspire other women. Remember the 2009 movie Avatar? Tibetan model Suania reminds people of the character Neriti like no other. She has such a unique look that she has been compared to the Avatar character and an exotic cat in an attempt to describe her look. Sunania has feline eyes, gorgeous pillowy lip, porcelain skin, a chiseled jawline, unusually structured nose bridge, and a neat constellation of freckles scattered across her face, making her one of the most unbelievably gorgeous women that you won't believe exists. After she got discovered by legendary makeup artist Pat McGrath, she never looked back. Huge companies like ASAI, Christian Dior, Harper's Bazaar KZ, and King Kong Magazine have already expressed their interest in working with her. Apart from all of that, Sunania also has a large Instagram following, all mesmerized by her out-of-the-world beauty infused with the ocean, snowy mountainscapes, stained glass, and art historical nudes. One interesting fact about this beautiful model is that she is also an aspiring musician and a storyteller. Well, whatever she does, you can bet she does with the ultimate grace and beauty. When we think of people getting tattoos on them, we usually picture young, rebellious individuals. Get ready to get that picture shattered, because you're about to meet one of the most amazing and unusual people in the world. She's a German grandma who has spent around $35,000 on body tattoos. Tattoo model Kirsten Tristan had a rough start in her life, working as a taxi driver for a long time. That was until 5 years ago when she decided to get a bright colored tattoo on her arm. Tristan is getting new tattoos every day, and it doesn't look like she's going to stop anytime soon. She expressed that getting these brightly colored tattoos makes her feel young and youthful. The internet is a fan of her daily snaps and can't wait to get more of it. Life is unpredictable. Sometimes people are born different, and sometimes some incidents force people to live an entirely different life than they used to. Julia Dennis had to deal with both after she lost both of her legs to sepsis. She was born with deformed hands and legs and had to undergo 21 surgeries before she finally developed sepsis and had to get both of her legs amputated. Don't be too quick to feel sorry for her, though. Julia is a successful businesswoman with a child and a loving husband. She owns a fashion boutique in Germany. After she welcomed her baby boy in 2020, her life took an even happier turn. If you want to see what she's up to these days, you can join her Instagram following of 22,500, where she posts all the little things about her daily life. Black skin and white locks are not a combination that we see every day. Allow us to introduce B. Melvin, whose actual name is a mystery, just like her exotic looks are. Apparently, her actual name is hard to pronounce, and her username was inspired by the melanin and her nickname B, which suits her perfectly. B has got an incredible Fulani heritage, or in simpler words, her ancestors are from West Africa, which may have contributed to her super unique look. She's got a huge Instagram following of 374,000 people. She promotes the things that she loves on her account, such as Sugar Bear hair care and pages of designers. The unique woman is also a fan of Japanese animations, and she was especially drawn towards a manga character from Jormungand, who has black skin and pure white hair. B probably got the inspiration for her unique look from there. Sculpture can be made out of many things, such as marble, corrugated steel, cement, or hair. Yes, hair! Give Letitia Kai some wire and thread and she'll give you a sculpture made out of her hair. So far, this insanely talented artist has made sculptures of a TV set, a trumpet, a pair of flowers rising from a vase, and many more. Letitia has more than 228,000 followers on her Instagram, where she posts pictures of her unique creations. Even though she's very talented at this, she actually works as a fashion designer. Being a black woman, she learned how to braid her mother's and sister's hair at the age of 6. But it wasn't until 6 years ago that she actually started to really love braiding. So far, Kai has made many intricate sculptures with deep messages, like a male figure looking up the skirt of a woman as a protest for sexual harassment and victim blaming, and a uterus with each fallopian tube flipping the bird as a protest against the American anti-abortion law. Even just a quick look at this picture will tell you just how unbelievably beautiful this woman is. Kung also has one of the longest sets of legs you'll ever see. She is a woman who never steps back, no matter how bold the clothes are. Her personal life is also filled with many controversies, especially regarding her 1-meter-tall boyfriend. Many believe Kung is only dating him to get media attention. In response to the rumors, the tallest teen posted a bunch of romantic pictures with her boyfriend while traveling to sea. Kung may look like a human Barbie doll, but she is a true queen at heart. Albinism sucks, or does it? It all depends on how you look at it. For Connie Chu, she looked at it as an opportunity to shine brighter than others. Connie is a model and a jazz musician. She started her modeling career when her sister asked her to model in one of her shows. After a black and white photo of Connie reached to French and fashion designer Jean-Paul Gaultier, he asked Connie to model at his autumn-winter 1994 show. After that, Connie began modeling for many famous photographers like Terry Richardson. She also starred in the music video for the single Stalker by Recoil. Apart from modeling, she's also a journalism degree. The fact that her family has to move from Kowloon to Sweden to protect her from the sun because of her albinism has really paid off. Now Connie has a full life of love and success. Sarah Marie Clark has got some eyebrows. Her thick, broad eyebrows have made her famous all around the world. Sarah made the greatest decision of her life when she decided to let her unibrow grow instead of plucking them at least once a week like she used to before. This 18-year-old makeup artist got inspired by another makeup artist who drew a unibrow on. Before that, she used to think that she would look weird if she let her brow grow, and the men she used to date also suggested she keep it plucked. Now is a famous model whose DM is filled with guys asking her out because of her unique eyebrow. Now the awesome woman is on a mission to normalize thick, natural unibrows like hers, and she looks damn good while doing it. Which of these women surprised you the most? Have you seen any awesome women like them around you? Let us know in the comments below. Like always, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and leave us some love in the comments section. To keep up to date with all of our awesome videos, be sure to hit subscribe and turn your notifications on to never miss a thing. Until next time, do take care of yourself.